Back to the daily grind, and y'all know we gotta talk about this. But before we do, make sure you hit subscribe if you're new and hit thumbs up if you're not a baby back bagel biting bitch boy, cause you know what time it is. It's full time.
MMA.
I don't know if the welterweight division is the deepest division or the division that pisses me off the most. Holy flying flipping flapjacks, bro. It's probably both, but I'm gonna try and make this video as quick as possible. There's a lot going on with Darren Till, with Kamaru Usman, with the welterweight division. But I also have a fucking revelation. I'm about to give the UFC $1 million idea, and hopefully somebody, I need to get Kamaru Usman on the fucking line, bro. Give him this idea, and he needs to start using this. Now, I'm going to give it to you right now, so maybe, you'll stay tuned, because I don't know how long this video is going to be, but boom. Motherfuckers are acting like Kamaru Usman needs help being marketed, blah, blah, blah. That's why he's not getting these big opportunities, I guess. We can't get him a ranked opponent. Someone will say, oh, no, they hit him with the same shit that they fucking hit Tyron Woodley with. Oh no, his fights are boring. Motherfucker, one fight ago he knocked someone out, and in the boring fight that you call a boring fight versus Emil Mech, he had multiple slams. Emil Mech was going for a Kimura at one point. I don't know. People act like if he's not in there fucking ripping a guy apart like the fucking Congo gorilla, he's boring. Like, if there's any lulls, I get it. But actually, I kind of don't. I mean, with Tyron Woodley, they say all three of his last fights were fucking boring. You go back to UFC 205, remind people that it's fight of the night. They move the goalpost. Oh yeah, but so I get it. I'm not going to sit here and defend people who think these fighters are boring, even though I don't necessarily think that's the case. Because whenever you watch Stipe Miocic versus Francis Ngannou, that wasn't boring. Hey, it is what it is. Contradictions are contradictions, but let's get to this $1 million idea. Boom! The motherfucking Black Panther, dude. This motherfucking movie just broke the record for selling out the box office like 5 weekends in a row. First movie since Avatar. You want to fucking start selling tickets? You want to, you know what? Fuck all these guys that don't want to fight me. I'm going to keep beating up these fucking unranked dudes. And he said he's willing to do that. If we can't get no one to fight us, Kamaru Usman said me and Darren Till can't get anybody above us to fight us. What the fuck's going on? Lucky for Darren Till, the UFC wants to go to Liverpool, so they're going to get him a big name opponent. Probably have to give him some extra incentive to fight Darren Till. You know what I'm saying? But unless we can get a fucking UFC Wakanda, Kamaru Usman's kind of just left hanging. You know, even with Santiago Ponzinibbio, he talks about fucking, they want to put him in Chile, and then they're going to go to Argentina. So they don't want to, this is what Kamaru Usman said. They don't want me to fight Santiago Ponzinibbio and possibly beat him in Chile. Then, he's not going to be able to headline Argentina. So I can't fight Santiago. Liverpool, they don't want me to beat Darren Till in his home, in Liverpool, if that were to happen. And he said it's not even a guarantee he would beat Darren Till. But he said, I know we're both tough fighters, but they don't want to chance it. So unless we can get a fucking UFC Wakanda, like a UFC Chile, UFC Argentina, UFC Liverpool, or a UFC Nigeria, one of them motherfuckers, Kamaru Usman's gonna be waiting and probably beating up ranked guys. So in the meantime, get a motherfucking Black Panther suit, bro, and every single time you're at a weigh-in, Kamaru Usman, it doesn't matter if it's an unranked opponent. Motherfuckers are tuning into that Black Panther, and you got the skill set, bro. I'm just telling you, I think Kamaru Usman can really do something if he start. You remember that one guy, Ian Kutalaba? He's not even a ranked fighter, and everybody knows who he is because he used to show up in all green like the fucking Hulk. So all I'm saying is Kamaru Usman and Darren Till, they've been actually going back and forth, heated fucking back and forth on Twitter. I'm going to show that to you guys before we get out of here, but first, this is what Kamaru Usman had to say. He said, someone's got to take a bullet because no one above us is willing to fight. The UFC's got itself into a situation. The situation now at welterweight is Darren Till and I are number 7 and number 8, and no one above us wants to take a fight with either of us. A couple of guys above us are actually terrified of us, like Colby Covington. He's definitely terrified. He only wants to fight Tyron Woodley. He thinks, I already got up here. I'm not going to risk getting beat up by any of these other guys. I'm going to get beat up. I want to get paid for it by fighting Woodley. Some of these chicks that fight Cyborg, you know what I'm saying? That's what that kind of reminded me of. It's like, yeah, I'm probably not going to win the fight, but at least I'm going to get paid to do it. That's why some of these chicks are willing to fight Cyborg. And with Colby Covington, I mean, ever since he beat Damian Maia, he's kind of waiting on Woodley. I mean, or RDA, he's trying to move up. And that's the fucking problem with the welterweight division. Everybody just wants to move up. You can't do that. Everybody has to give someone an opportunity. Whenever we seen this with Uriah Faber, he gave Jimmy Rivera an opportunity. Jimmy Rivera, now he's got to give Marlon Moraes an opportunity. Johnny Hendricks gave Wonderboy an opportunity. Sometimes you've got to give people an opportunity. Wonderboy's already fought for the title twice. What are you talking about fighting up and trying to get back to the title fight? You got to wait until someone else is the champion, and until then you got to defend that throne. Fabricio Verdum lost his fucking title and won 3 fights after it because what happens? People don't want to see that rematch, so these fighters have to keep fighting until they can get another title shot and earn another title shot. It ain't just you lose your title fight and you get to wait out, and you know what I'm saying? And that's what it seems like is going on with some of these guys. In the welterweight division, there's the Robbie Lawlers up there, there's the Damian Maias up there, you know what I'm saying? So it's as deep and as stacked as the welterweight division is, it's kind of stalled and stagnant. Tyron Woodley's had his shoulder injury, but before you can't even fucking blame Woodley, because before his shoulder injury, he fought 4 title fights in 1 year, 12 months. Tyron Woodley won the title and defended it 3 times in 12 months. That's unheard of. So he's fucking beating guys. He beat Wonderboy twice. He beat Maia. Now these guys that he beat have to give these up-and-comers opportunities. Damian Maia's got to fight one of these guys. Wonderboy Thompson for sure has to fight fucking one of these guys. You fought for the title twice, brother. You got to fight one of these guys. It just is what it is. Ain't no fighting up. So with that being said, for as of right now, we got Santiago Ponzinibbio coming up, Darren Till coming up, Kamaru Usman coming up, and they're having to fight lower ranked guys. You know, Santiago Ponzinibbio just had to fight Mike Perry, who was like ranked 15. Kamaru Usman just has to fight Emil Mek, who was unranked. Sergio Moraes before that. He's dominating these guys, but he can't get someone to sign the dotted line. Now, Darren Till, we might get him a fight. But let's continue with what Kamaru Usman had to say before I go into Darren Till and Kamaru Usman's fucking crazy back and forth. He said, so that's the first thing he said about Colby Covington, and that's another guy who's up there just waiting on an opportunity, and as much trash as he talks and as good of a wrestler as he is, I think he should be able to defend that spot. But I mean, a lot of these guys in the top 5 of the welterweight division, it's the same story. So he went on to say, this is where he was talking about, like, you know, Chile and Liverpool and the UFC's plans for Santiago and Darren Till. Lucky for them. You know, if the UFC planned on going to Nigeria, maybe Kamaru Usman will be getting that same opportunity. But until we get UFC Wakanda, that's not the case. So let's get to this. Back to this. Let me refresh this. Let's see, where is it at? Let me make sure I get the right one. Here it is. Here they are. See, you guys, and this is another thing. I'm going to address the full-time family after this. You see all of these fucking tabs, bro? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's all the news just from BJ Penn I haven't covered today. BJPenn.com. So I got so much work to do, but we're going to have to talk about this after that. But aside from that, 5,000 subscribers on the way. Check this out. Kamaru Usman and Darren Till's back and forth on Twitter. There's so many tweets, and they're all good. I didn't want to have to fucking clip every single one for one video, especially when I got all these other videos to fucking do, bro. Whew, the life of a fucking grinder. Let's get into it, though. Kamaru Usman said for a second there, I thought welterweight was the toughest division. That's kind of like what I was saying. Like, man, is it the most stacked? What the fuck's going on? He said, now all I see is a bunch of pussies and no one wants to take this L. Not one guy in the rankings will even mention my name. Hashtag bitches. And he tagged Darren Till in this. This was interesting because we're all talking about UFC Liverpool, and you literally have guys talking about Leon Edwards over Kamaru Usman. Leon Edwards just fought at UFC London. He's like ranked 15. Really? We're trying to get Darren Till to a title fight, and we're talking about Leon Edwards over Kamaru Usman? Is that just to get a win? Like, does the rankings not matter at all? I mean, that one kind of confuses me. And Leon Edwards' performance wasn't very entertaining. He got a last-second TKO because the ref waved off the fight. But if you go back and watch Leon Edwards versus Peter Sabata and Kamaru Usman versus Emil Mek, I don't know which one you're gonna, you know what I'm saying? But hey, it is what it is. This really stood out to me because when we were talking about Darren Till needing an opponent in UFC Liverpool, we named everybody. We named Wonderboy, Masvidal, Lawler, Leon Edwards, everybody but Kamaru Usman. It's like, what? How did we forget that name? And that's what Kamaru Usman was mentioning. He said, What do you want everyone to say? This is when Darren Till came back. What do you want everyone to say, mate? That you're a beast? You are. You're definitely a good fighter. I respect that. But stop thinking you're some animal that's going to destroy everyone. Your last fight was fucking shit, so shut up. And Darren Till, you know, he's clapping back. Darren Till, he's a guy that's going to clap back. And he's got a good point there, you know. But and he's saying I respect you as a good fighter. But at the same time, there is something here when we know Darren Till needs an opponent. Like, it's the, you know, and this is why it's so confusing to me. Darren Till's called out Kamaru Usman before. You want a ranked opponent? None of these other guys are gonna fight you. Kamaru, here's a welterweight that's ranked 7 saying, I'm right here. I'm right here. Anybody need an opponent? I'm right here. And we're like, oh, who's Darren Till's opponent gonna be? And Kamaru Usman's over here like, I'm right here. I'm right here. And they're like, what about Leon Edwards? Like, what? But hey, it is what it is, man. We'll see what happens with Kamaru Usman. Maybe all of this will change when he gets his fucking Black Panther outfit. That's the only thing that I can see changing this. Because what it looks like is Kamaru Usman has a point. A lot of the shit he says is on point. He's articulate. He's not just saying shit that doesn't make sense. He's not fucking out spitting lies. He's speaking. This is a facts machine right here. This is real shit. I thought the welterweight division was the toughest. Nobody wants to fight me. I thought you were calling me out. You need an opponent in Liverpool? Can we fight? You know, what about Santiago? I'll fight the prospects. And people say, well, it's not a good idea to put Kamaru Usman versus Darren Till because you don't want to shoot down one of your prospects. It's like, well, motherfucking, you don't want your prospect to grow rust over here and shit either. Would you rather, you know what I'm saying? If one of them loses to each other, then they'll get back on the wagon. Kamaru Usman is even, you know, I'll continue to read it, but Darren Till, that's one of his problems. He's like, you're acting like you're going to run through us, motherfucker. I know you're a tough fight. Give me the same respect. Kamaru Usman, though, this is what he had to say. He said, you talk so much shit about wanting to fight. Now you're trying to ask for another lightweight. Go sit the fuck down somewhere. He's getting a little upset with Darren Till because Darren Till clapped back. He said, I'm sorry, mate. The truth is I'm scared of you. 100%. I could imagine you to be a monster, so fuck that shit. I'm scared of wrestlers, and your striking is great as well. Weird. You called out Kobe after your last fight, not me, though. Hashtag Usman the Twitter talker. Well, you know, I mean, see, I fuck with Darren Till. That's why I'm going to give him a pass on anything he says here, because I just want to see Darren Till succeed. Honestly, as a guy that just wants Darren Till to fucking become the champ, I kind of get why we don't want to see him fight Kamaru Usman. It's not the best matchup. And the way that the UFC is avoiding this matchup, it's really starting to get me to feel some way about Darren Till. Like, I felt like he was a world beater, but the way that, you know, he's been out for 6-7 months since his last fight, and, you know, it seems like the UFC might be trying to get him the right fights. I'm like, oh, okay, I don't know what's going on here. So that's why I'm a little skeptical here when you do have a guy that's like, hey, I'm a prospect too, but I'm willing to fight fucking everybody on the way up. But Darren Till, you know, he was being sarcastic, saying, yeah, I'm scared of you, and, you know, I'm scared of wrestlers, but he was just being sarcastic. But he said, why didn't you call me out when you called out Kobe? Well, there's multiple reasons. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I think Kamaru Usman at that point, he's calling out Colby Covington. Colby Covington, he's the one that had the fucking heat. That was right after Kobe. The world was mad at Colby Covington. He was the biggest name at that point. Colby Covington, you know, he was trying to get that Kobe, and he's ranked higher. So if you're going to pick somebody to call out of Colby Covington and Darren Till, it's probably going to be Colby Covington. But Darren Till is, you know, still good. To me, what I feel like goes on here, it gives the fans a lot of shit to say. Like now, whenever Kamaru Usman or somebody says, what about Kamaru Usman, you're going to hear the fans saying, why didn't he call out Darren instead of Kobe? You know, they're just going to repeat everything that Darren Till is saying. Darren Till responded, though, and Kamaru Usman actually explained why he called out Kobe instead of Till. He said, I called out Kobe because he wasn't under witness protection from Dana White like you. He just simply like a little bitch. Now I'm free, you're free. The only way the fight doesn't happen is either you're a little bitch or still under witness protection from Dana. He's saying, no, yo, Kamaru Usman, fax machine, bro. Fucking fax machine. The only way we're not fighting is if you don't want to fight me or if the UFC doesn't want you to fight me. Either the UFC is protecting you from me or you don't want to fight me. That's a fact. Now that is a fucking fact. Kamaru Usman is open. Darren Till needs an opponent. We're talking about rank number 15 Leon Edwards at this point. Kamaru Usman's number 7 waving his fucking hand. That literally blows my mind. How are we talking about number 15 Leon Edwards over number 7 Kamaru Usman that's been over here waving his hand? That kind of is crazy to me. And Kamaru Usman is saying, so the only way the fight don't happen is if the UFC is saving you from me or you don't want no smoke. That's just a fucking fact. Darren Till responded, I'm a bitch who will come and rip your fucking head off. You will fake to want to fight me and try to shag my leg off. I'm finally ready to get over my fears and fight you, you beast. Sean Shelby, hashtag UFC Liverpool. Oh, please, Darren Till, please take the fight. Please, Darren Till, please take the fight. Sean Shelby, come on. See, if the fight don't happen, it's not Darren Till. It's a case of the UFC trying to save him from himself, maybe. And you know what that means? That means the UFC might think Kamaru Usman can beat him. If the UFC thought Darren Till was going to run over Usman, they would just give it to him and shut him up. Like, listen, we've got this Kamaru Usman guy that think nobody wants to fight him. He thinks he's the next greatest thing since sliced bread. Well, here's motherfucking Darren Till. Boom! They would just do it. They would just fucking do it. But they're not. Now, he said, though, you would just shag my leg off. Well, Darren Till, he's a pretty big guy. You know, if you're under the impression Darren Till is a world beater, light heavyweight fighting at welterweight, it don't matter if Kamaru Usman takes you down because you're so big, you're probably about to get back up. You say he's going to shag your leg off, but, you know, Darren Till's a well-rounded fighter. And that's the case, though. That could be the... So what are you saying? You know, you could say that with Colby Covington, who used... Rampage Jackson always says that. I don't want to fight a wrestler. They're just going to fuck my leg all night. They're going to, you know, they're just going to fuck my leg. That's what he says about Chael Sonnen all the time. So maybe Darren Till is just more of a striker. And I'm sure, you know, that's kind of probably the general consensus. But I'm just saying, it doesn't look like the UFC really is trying to put that together. Darren Till's even starting to sign up for it in this exchange. We'll see how it goes. He said, difference between Kamaru Usman and me is I know he's a tough fight and he thinks he's just going to walk all over me. What a guy. You have to love him. Keep your guard up, gangster. And he hit him with the African flag. And, you know, that's cool. He's just saying, look, I know he's a tough fight. He's acting like I'm a pushover. Kamaru responded and said, I didn't say you weren't tough. The difference is that I know and I welcome it. Unlike you, waiting for Dana to keep you safe and away from the real killer in the division. You got skill, but you're not an MMA fighter. Don't let this fake hype you got get you embarrassed in front of Liverpool. God, Kamaru Usman with the bada boom. And I know the people that don't like Kamaru Usman just are, you know, anything he says you probably didn't even care about. Oh, fuck him, fuck Kamaru Usman. Well, you guys, this video clearly wasn't for you. But anybody that's unbiased, Kamaru Usman is being a facts machine here. I didn't say you know, I do feel like I'm the best fighter in the world. I mean, listen to this. And I'm a huge Darren Till fan. You guys know this. Whenever I did my Darren Till versus the world, I picked Darren Till versus Kamaru Usman. But the thing is, man, Kamaru Usman in this Twitter exchange, I'm starting to flip it a little bit. He's not only speaking facts, but when Darren Till talks about these other guys, when Darren Till's talking about like Donald Cerrone, I'm just gonna run through him. I'm just gonna knock him out, mate. I'm just too big for all of these welterweights. I'm gonna go through Tyron Woodley, then I'm gonna become a light heavyweight champion, and I'm just. What was Darren Till doing? He was acting like he was gonna run through the world, right? He was acting like, what did he say? He thinks he's just going to walk all over me. Well, Darren Till was making us believe he was going to walk all over the welterweight division. What's the difference? And Kamaru Usman is saying, no, I'm not saying you're not tough. It's kind of like Darren Till. I didn't say Cowboy wasn't tough. I just said I'm going to walk all over him. Kamaru Usman, I didn't say you're not tough. I just want to fight you. You know what I'm saying? So, in my opinion, Kamaru Usman for sure won this Twitter exchange. I don't know if it's going to earn him the spot at UFC Liverpool. That's the fight that just makes sense. If we're talking about, if Darren Till's both, I mean, if Wonder Boy's thumbs are broken, if Masvidal can't fight, if Colby Covington is not fighting, the next guy is Kamaru Usman. But we've got people starting to talk about number 15th ranked Leon Edwards for Darren Till and shit. It's like, I don't know what's going on with Kamaru Usman. But with that being said, thanks for tuning into this video. I know it was rather long, but this is a very entertaining and interesting topic. Kamaru Usman and Darren Till, two of the brightest welterweights in a very exciting division, but that's just kind of clogged up right now. So we've really got our eye on this welterweight division. This video, I think, went on for now about fucking 20 minutes, and you guys see all of these that I've got to do. All of these fucking... So I'm about to put you guys up on what I'm about to do. I've still got all of this stuff I haven't even got to talk about. All of this shit, bro. So, what I'm gonna do in my next videos, we're gonna do a vote for the full-time family only, because the people that are just listening, they're probably not gonna be a part of this. But for the full-time family only, for one, we're coming up on 5,000 subscribers. Probably gonna change the theme a little bit. I was thinking about going from blue to red. I really like the way the red looked, but I didn't want to, you know, since where we came from, I wanted to be the opposite color. But now we've changed up so much, you know, we went from the bottom to the top. I was thinking about going from blue to red, so we're gonna do a vote on that. That's nothing big. But also another thing is, at 5,000 subscribers, you can start like doing like product advertisement bullshit videos, you know, and I'm cringing at the thought of it. Like, hey guys, hey full-time family, you guys want to go fucking try and buy one of these pairs of glasses? Put in the code full-time and you guys can get 15% off, and then it'll make me 3 pennies too. Like, I can start doing that shit to help increase revenue while YouTube gets their ad situation handled. Or I was thinking either that way or using you guys and myself to help think of different ways. Now, as far as other websites are concerned, like, you know, Twitch, I don't really want to do like something like that yet, where you're starting to just live stream for revenue. That's maybe something in the future, and until we get our internet situation figured out. But I was thinking maybe like a cheap Patreon, you know, like $3 a month or something like that, and then another tier of like $5 a month where you can have your name on every video, like on an end screen, which I saw from some web tech fucking video. They were giving ideas. So I'll give you, that's just introducing some of you guys to that topic. I'm going to explain it more in depth in a shorter video in the next video. But yeah, just get your mind rolling, full-time family. You know, about to hit 5,000 subscribers. Thanks everybody. Let the full-time family know what you think in the comments. Black Panther, bro. This should be Kamaru Usman at the weigh-ins. Hold on, let me pull that back up. Bro, just get the suit, bro. $1 million idea. Fuck all that. Black Panther's coming for everybody. I'm telling you, that's the fucking hardest idea out. I'm out. And as always, thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the subscribe button and also hit the notification bell right next to it so you're notified every time I upload a video. I'm out.
Da 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 da. It's the motherfucking D-O-double-G.